All right, we back. I'm Dante Soul Pepper. That's Pharaoh. That's Marquise. And we got this specialist guest of all time, Baby Wavy.
Baby Wavy.
Say something to the people.
Nah, he not
You
for
don't
the
want
people.
to. You don't want to be on here. He don't want to talk to y'all. That's all right. Any pre-pod thoughts? I got a pre-pod thought. Fuck James Harden.
Damn.
Ruined my championship parade. Now we never get one.
I thought you was championship in Boston.
Yeah, I am. But man, my head said Boston, but my heart said Clippers, bro. My guys had to get one, but hey, you know.
They ain't finna get one?
Nah. They might miss the playoffs, bro.
It's just like the first little bit. They still could work their way into it.
You got to mesh. He wasn't there for training camp. You know, they've been on the road.
Nah, this seems bad, bro.
You seen they sub Russ out in closing time of this game tonight?
Nah. For James Harden?
Mm-hmm.
So he got subbed in to go in there and airball?
James Harden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. You got anything to say?
Man, pre-pod thoughts. Don't really got no pre-pod thoughts. Ready to get into the topics, man.
All right, let's get right into it. So we had a debate last week about modern R&B versus old school R&B. It got cut out because it just got I don't know what the fuck the point of the argument was. So we're gonna restart this and figure out what the point of the argument we're trying to make is.
The point of the argument is that R&B, as we know it, is not a great genre of music. And you asked me, when did I think that the genre of music was really at its decline or its worst? And realistically, now that I think about it, I agree with Usher in which when auto-tune started to come out. When auto-tune started to come out, that's when R&B really was at its lowest peak. Because now you got dudes that are not necessarily singers able to cover it up with certain shit. They sing a couple melodies, a couple slower subject matter changes just a little bit, and all of a sudden it's an R&B song.
Should Usher be the one to say that when he was too busy making, oh my God, I'm so in love?
After, but no, that was, but like in context, that was like after, like T-Pain came out.
Yeah, but if the top niggas are just gonna go do pop records, why are they complaining? It was almost like my Post Malone argument. Like, instead of complaining about it, change it, bro.
He stayed in the R&B lane though.
I don't know.
I
don't know about that.
All right, if you were to ask Usher to make you an R&B song, he would still be 100% valid in being certified.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
At making an R&B song.
100%.
No matter what the sound is, no matter what it is, it's going to be an R&B song. And it can be a traditional R&B song, and it still sound great in the era where nobody is making traditional R&B songs.
I just had to throw a jab at Usher because I feel like he shouldn't be the person to say that. But I don't think auto-tune killed R&B. Because I think T-Pain made a couple great R&B albums.
He did. Like, I'm not taking anything away from T-Pain's music. I love T-Pain's music. Like, if you were to go on my Apple Music, you see, like, I have R&B and then I have my T-Pain genre, which is all those songs that don't necessarily classify as an R&B song, but they're R&B subject matters, R&B moods. But as the music itself, I wouldn't proclaim them to be R&B songs. Like getting on Apple Music today or this week and seeing that For All the Dogs is in the R&B genre of Apple Music really made me tight.
But that's what I'm saying though. That is he makes R&B music. Half his albums are R&B.
Yeah.
But
I would say the same thing.
But the half album?
Probably
a lot of it.
Half, but
yeah, like not half, but a lot of it. A lot of Drake's, a lot of albums from Drake, a lot of them have a lot of R&B. It sounds confusing, but you get what I'm trying to say.
it might not be half, but close to half.
Yeah.
But is he an R&B artist or a rapper?
Both.
Yeah, he would have to be both.
There's a lot of I think where we get confused with R&B is, like I was saying, is I don't think R&B has ever just been R&B. I think it always has a subgenre attached to it, like how rock is. Like there's nothing that's just called, like you could call it rock, but there's like rock and roll, there's like punk rock, there's like different genres within rock. So I feel like R&B is the same thing. And if we like how last time we were talking about people always, well, Cam not listening to old music because people always are like, oh, this was the greatest era of this. Well, no, it evolved and it got better. Like, wouldn't we say the same thing for R&B? Like it evolved, it has new things implemented in it.
But I don't agree with the point of it getting better, though.
But that would be
It's gotten more diluted.
I feel like that would just be like just your opinion of it. I don't feel like the majority of people would be like, oh, R&B is done.
But they
'Cause
do. They did that about hip hop recently, though. What was the last hip hop album to be on the Billboard charts? Like in the top five, top two of the Billboard. When usually there's at least one album every year.
Yeah, well, we came to the conclusion here a while back that like hip hop is just not in a great space in this calendar year.
But that's what I'm saying. So you do that, and you do that for hip hop, and it's the same for R&B.
Well, but even with like it not being in a great space, realistically, we're talking about in the grand scheme of almost mainstream music. So like, it hasn't been a lot of high quality mainstream music out, which is why like Drake's album is probably top 5 or 6 on my list. When like realistically, like it really wasn't that good. But like Killer Mike might have album of the year, it doesn't get a lot of press. It's like that in R&B too, where like the dudes that are actually doing some shit, they don't get no press. And a lot of these cats do like have like major label backing and shit like that, and we just never heard of them because of whatever, because that's not what's promoted, I guess.
Do you think music in general is on a weird kind of decline, just because of how accessible it is?
I think I think mainstream music is on a decline because of how it's digested and how it's promoted and how the traditional way of like promoting an artist and like you have a single and do this and do that. Like now it's like, damn, this song blew up off TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? NBA YoungBoy is one of the biggest artists because his music is like big on YouTube because YouTube is free to a lot of people. Like, so yeah, I feel like a lot of ways that used to be is not what it is now, and people haven't adjusted to it.
And like by accessible, I like almost mean like not from the people that are digesting it, because that was a good point. I didn't even think about that for like all the young boys' popularity, but like accessible as far as like people making music, because there's going to be there's a lot more people that can just make a song now, or it's almost going to take away from it.
I feel like the mainstream, it's almost Kanye's fight. The mainstream is not ran by us. The mainstream is ran by, people that pretty much probably wouldn't even be from the culture if it wasn't for money.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they're going to promote a 6ix9ine. Like, they're gonna promote a 6ix9ine before they promote a JIT. I feel like so. That's what you're gonna get in every aspect of like our culture, because they're the ones putting the money behind it. They're the ones putting in rotation. As much as we want to say, oh, like it's almost like how I feel like when we vote for the president. They say we vote for the president, but then they say, oh, there's this electoral college that we know nothing about. It's like, no, we're not picking the music that's on these playlists and all that. They pick it.
Do you think it's just a certain sound of R&B that you're looking for?
I wanna say like no, but it's gonna get boiled down to a certain sound because I feel like when I even tried to like listening to a bunch of random artists this past week, and I just couldn't like connect with it the same. Like I try to like really boil it down to a certain point that to where like in the music like I'm differentiating it or like why it's not R&B or even the lucrative R&B that I think it is, and I can't necessarily do it.
I just think that sound kind of doesn't fully exist anymore, just because it evolved. Almost just like the sound of shit. I don't know who was hot back then. Like Nelly sound doesn't exist.
But even to your point of like when we mentioned all those names last week, we mentioned what Bryson Tiller, Black. You put Kalani in that conversation, though I don't agree with it.
That's crazy, dude.
Summer Walker, her. Who else? Like, and this is for your like past 7, 10 years of R&B being carried by like people who don't drop consistently. Shit, even Frank, like
Oh, I didn't mention him.
you can, but like
No, you
I don't
can't.
think it's not a good valid argument.
No,
But he's in that same era.
You don't deserve to get name dropped though. You
But
don't
for every Bryson Tiller that doesn't drop, there's a consistent person dropping like drum drops. You know, like I mean, there's so many people that even in rap, in any aspect, like you could go on Apple Music and search anything. Like there's so many like even artists like that's not even backed by labels.
But I bet you I'm willing to put money up that we can find more rap albums that were better in the past 10, 15 years than there were R&B albums, let alone the artists. Because if we boil it down to artists, we can name for sure more rap artists that have had a bigger impact in their genre than R&B artists that have dropped had in theirs.
Well, yeah, like you got a point, but like it hasn't been R&B artists that push the culture of R&B forward or as big as like Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. That's all this always goes back to. It's just because they're still the top niggas. Like it's just what like.
And if there's, but that's almost to my point though, isn't it? Because if there's not no one to push the genre forward or to even like put the genre on a bigger scale, even though we're in agreement that mainstream music is dying and it's controlled by whoever above in the music industry, but the masses are gonna listen to great music, whether it's this person. If it's good music, it's gonna get spread like wildfire, and there's not many R&B artists that do that for the genre. There are a presence of artists that do it, but they don't drop consistently. They don't drop. I don't even want to say consistently because it's consistently a miss of 2-3 years, but they don't give us more music. Like having Wasteland and then getting Larger Than Life from Brent, I liked that. Because now I have something to gauge of like, oh, I had this album that was this sound. I didn't like these pieces from it, but then he gave me this extra piece that now I can see the development. I can see the change, and I'm actually rocking with the music too.
Like I feel what you're saying, but I think a lot of this has to do with labels, because there's a lot of like R&B artists that are on labels that just don't get pushed for some reason. Like it's a lot of cats that's just running around on the same record label SZA's on or fucking Interscope that somehow people never heard of them, but like they're dropping high quality music.
So I can get mad at you for not like forwarding it to me. It's your fault that like I hate R&B now.
I mean, look, I'm just saying.
You ain't lobbing me the good shit.
But look, in this seat, I will guarantee you, I listen to the least amount of R&B in this room. Like, for example, I still haven't heard the Brent Faiyaz album. But as soon as Larry June dropped on Friday, I pressed play first thing when I woke up.
The new Brent?
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, that's fair. You heard Wasteland though.
Oh, yeah. I thought Wasteland was dope.
All right.
I thought Wasteland was dope.
You still get some grace. I mean, the new Brent album is still less than a month old, so.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that, like, I don't immediately go click on, like, R&B stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's times where I'll, like, go dig, like, for example, I think this kid, Ryan Trey, I think he's mad dope. Y'all ever heard of him? Mm-hmm. Like, I think he's mad dope.
Yeah, I've heard his name, but I can't put a song to it.
Yeah, he got this one joint with Bryson Tiller that I just love. And that song probably like 2 years old, Nowhere to Run. Love that fucking song. That whole EP was hard. I can't remember what it was called, but that was dope. Or like Tone Stith. I fuck with Tone Stith. In like 2021, I put a couple females onto that album. Tone Stith was dope.
I like Ye Ali. Ye Ali puts out projects. Him and then Tyus. Tyus be putting out projects that I like.
I heard of Tyus. I like Tyus.
Yeah, Tyus has some shit. Yeah, I haven't heard none of his recent stuff, but that's what I'm saying. I know I listen to the least amount of R&B in here. I think you should be the one to be putting me on. That's why I be confused, like how you don't like some of this stuff. Because like in my head, I'm like, there's some shit out there. Like me just be skipping around. I even thought LMA's last album that came out, I think that was earlier this year, or at the end of it was earlier this year. I thought that shit was fire.
I don't know. Maybe I'll take accountability, man. Maybe I'm just not going deep enough into the crates. I'm not giving it a fair chance. Like when I find something, I give it like a 2-3 run listen. But I can't. It's not something that I'm gonna go back to after. Oh, I'm out of the gym. I'm out of my mode or whatever of trying to get this work in. Now I need to cool out. Like it's not the first thing that's popping in my head to run back to.
Well, I do feel like you are correct at though is like the and this is why it probably looks diluted to you is because the dudes at the top of R&B don't drop enough. Like that I can agree with. Like Bryson Tiller always take way too long in between albums. Black always take way too long in between albums. I don't know what the fuck Party Next Door been doing over the last 3 years.
Writing for other motherfuckers.
Writing for Drake.
Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. But like, so like that part I can agree with. But like, that don't mean like over here, like beneath that don't mean that doesn't mean that's lacking. It's almost just like when Kendrick Cole and Drake first came out. Like the top of the mainstream rap was just some bullshit. So that's why we even went to go find them niggas. Because like underneath was like where the cool shit was at. So like somebody's got to pop in the next 2 years, basically. Like something's got to happen.
When you start talking about like the blog era of rap, like I think that's a crazy era of rap where there was probably better underground like
No, it ain't probably. That's facts.
Shit than there was like playing on the radio that you could just go
absolutely
go cop.
Yeah.
And that's even what I think it is. Like I'm saying, and some of these cats do have like are signed to major labels. Like I'm pretty sure, like I'm saying, Ryan Trey, I'm pretty sure he's signed. I think Aaron May is signed. I think Tone Stith is signed. And like I'm saying, I don't know what's happening with the music. I do see Tone Stith. He be on TikTok. Like he wrote like songs for other artists too. I can't really remember. I just remember watching him on TikTok a couple times. But like you should listen to that not the last one, the one that came out in 2021. I can't remember what it was called, but it had a blue cover and he was facing this way. The shit was fire. Shit was dope. Like it's in a good place. But I think that's what the problem is. Is at the top, it's a little sus.
That's fair. What songs on For All the Dogs do you think Party wrote?
The Gangy.
I was about to say that too. That's why I started laughing. That one.
I like that song. As much as people don't like that song, I like that song.
That shit sucks.
I kind of could hear Party on Tried Our Best.
Yeah.
Man,
Party, where you at, bro? Come on, man.
Come on,
and that's
man.
the other thing.
He's been dropping some singles that's been good. Like the past 3 singles he dropped has been fire. But he writes for Rihanna, he writes for Drake.
That's got to be a conflict of interest, bro. Ain't no way Drake was cool. Like, there's got to be something else that had to have happened. Because if you give Rihanna something like Anti, that's insane. And I don't know how much Party wrote on that album.
Oh,
But I know the ones he did write on the album
was the ones.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah, but that's kind of a thing when you're a writer as well. Like, a good writer could sit in so many different rooms. Like The Dream, he sat in so many different rooms. Neo sat in so many different rooms where it's like, and then you have your own shit, and it's like, damn.
So we can almost mesh this into the next topic, which is like the better artist versus the greater artist, almost like how we be having the basketball conversation shit. Because like, you think a lot of these dudes basically just be writing for the top artists basically because A, the check is bigger, and B, like, it's obviously going to go further. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why would I sit around and make music for us when I could just go give my shit to Rihanna and the whole world hear it and I just get to sit at home and get a check?
So you would rather take the split than give the split?
What do you mean?
That's essentially what like you would be doing as a songwriter. You'd be taking the split. So I'm gonna write this song and I'm gonna get a percentage from that, but it's not gonna be my song.
Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes it's your ego that wants you to be in like the limelight, and you could just be, the person building it, and they could be the person that's showing it off.
Yeah, because if I could just write a song and just like send a bunch of them to Rihanna and she was like, okay, I like these 3, but I don't like these 3. Okay, cool. Then let me take these 3 and try to pitch them to Drake. No, I don't like none of them. All right, cool. Nah, I guess I'm going to start my album with these. Like, it's got to be a good life. Like, if that's what you're going to do, like, that's got to be a good life. If I could just be like, hey, Drake, you want that? Nah, all right. I'm going to make another
I'm
one.
gonna go
Let's see.
shop this. It's like,
I can't see that being a good life, man.
like,
Why? I don't have to go on tour. I could make money, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
like, you know what I mean? Like, you still got people like Quentin Miller. He started with writing with Diddy and then ended up writing for Drake.
Nah, see, that goes to his point. That's why it ain't a good life. Because, see, you turn into Quentin Miller.
Yeah, well,
Because on top of the Quentin Miller point, there's gonna be just so much like, there's got to be so much what if that just rattles through your brain. Like you can maybe not acknowledge it, learn to cope with it, whatever. But there's gonna be plenty of those. Well, what if I had kept this song? Or he changed that in the song. What if he had kept that little piece?
yeah.
Like, or just even not having any type of acknowledgement. Like you go into a random club and it's a girl that you think is the baddest ever, and she vibing out to the song you wrote. You can't pull up to her and be like, "Hey, I wrote this." Nah, you can't do that.
It's like that meme where, like, y'all see the memes of a little stick figure drawing where everybody dancing and the nigga in the corner by himself. They don't even know I wrote this song.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I feel like for every Quentin Miller, there's a Brian Michael Cox, or there's a Dream.
Oh.
There's
I might think there's more Quentin Millers than there is Brian Michael Cox, though.
Yeah. That's why I say like definitively no, because there's no way there's that many Brian Michael Coxes. I don't even think there's that many Eric Bellingers.
I mean, you got Eric Billinger, you got there's a lot of writers.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I bet you it's a lot more of them that get fucked than it is that actually
Yeah,
become the legend. Where we just be like, nah, I know you was singing this shit, but you nigga.
See, look, we said two great writing names. I can give you another one. I Love McConan. I Love McConan and Quentin Miller are in the same boat. So that's 2 for 2 right there.
I mean,
Everybody that's around Drake is in that boat. All Drake's artists are in that boat
Nah, I won't say
of
all
getting
of them.
ripped off.
I won't say all
and
of
even
them,
Bryson
but-
Tiller. Bryson Tiller writes for other artists. And then we ask, oh, why does he take off so long? Shit, probably could afford to.
Because I make better music for other people than I do my own.
I don't think that's it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Is it really better music, or is it like just
It
the
is.
fact that it's gonna go further? Like, you know
It's
what I'm
better
saying?
music.
Better music than Bryson Tiller?
It's better music.
I don't know what he wrote, so I'm
I
not
mean, he
really.
wrote some stuff for Chris Brown and stuff like that, but it's not.
Yeah,
I mean, that is something I'm actually interested in. Like, I'm throwing jokes, but I actually don't like Bryson Tiller that
I really
much.
think he
like, I
worked
respect him as an artist, but like I don't like his albums. The same reason why you don't like Honestly Nevermind is almost the same reason why I don't like Bryson Tiller is because I can hear specific songs of Bryson Tiller and be like, oh, this is fire. But me sitting through what was that album that came out after Trap Soul?
what was it called? Something.
I can see the
The
album.
one would
cover.
set it up. But as I used to kill that album, but when I went back to the album, that shit had joints on it for real.
It does, but like as an album as a whole, it's not a good album.
I agree with Marquise on that.
Yeah, it's not gonna live. It didn't live up to Trap Soul. I'll say that.
True to self.
True to
Yeah,
self.
True to self.
Even
because I thought "Don't Get Too High" was one of the
That-
best songs he ever made. High Stakes was dope. Something tells me it was like legendary in my brain.
The interludes were elite.
Elite.
Like,
But I'm with you. It was like Long as Hell, where I was like, all right, like what's next, bro? Like I kind of agree with you.
and I'm gonna even take it a step further. I don't want to. I'm gonna get ridiculed for it, but even Trap Soul didn't live up to what Don't was for me. Trap Soul is
No,
still
I can't say-
wait,
I
wait.
could never
Hear
say
me
that.
out. Hear me out. Trap Soul is still a really good album. It's a good album. I can't deny that. But compared to the steam that was behind Don't, I was like, bro,
I can't rock with that one.
I don't know because I remember. You know what's crazy? I ain't gonna lie. Depending on who tries to put me on the music, depends on if I'm gonna listen to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when Don't was out, everybody kept being like, "No, you gotta hear this Bryson Tiller album. You gotta be hearing this Bryson Tiller album." But like, it was never nobody that really was tapped in that was telling me to listen to it. So then I remember going to Idaho to see Jahaz. Nigga, we got drunk as fuck the night before, and like it was like some party at the house. Man, I just remember waking up and hearing the overtime, and all the girls was in the kitchen like cooking breakfast and shit. Nigga, I hopped up, went downstairs, and I said, "Hey, what song is this?" They was like, "Oh, it's Overtime by Bryson Tiller." Nigga, as soon as I went home, played the album and never stopped playing it for the rest of that year. When I heard that, I've been working on it, putting in. I was like, "Yo, that's great." That shit was crazy. That album's classic, bro.
That's a classic album through and through. Like, I don't think there's no skips on that album.
Me neither. Even like Exchange, even what's the shit? Girl, you better
No
get the
skips
fuck
on-
from me.
What are you skipping on that album?
for however long.
Oh,
This first interlude, open interlude,
I'm not skipping nothing. on that
502
album.
come up.
Oh man, I love 502 Come Up. That's crazy. I don't know, man.
And if you're gonna put an outro, the outro has to be elite. That outro's not elite to me either.
And this is 45 minutes of straight fire. I don't know, man. I don't know. That is crazy.
Maybe I'm just tainted, you know. Maybe Bryson just ain't done it for me in a long time.
Yeah, because when I heard the anniversary album, I didn't really like that one.
No, I like the
yeah,
anniversary.
nah, absolutely. Not.
I like the anniversary
yeah, I
album
really
and
like
Sorrows and what's the video with Kalani in it. Forever,
Yeah.
always. Heat.
That album was all right.
Out of Time.
But that's what
trash.
in conclusion, that's what I think it is the top of R&B needs some help. But like down bottom is all right. Like underneath the top, there's some heat going on.
Now I got a question. If I actually push play on this album that I have, that I just added the other day, if Brandy Christmas is absolute heat, can we get Bryson Tiller out of here? And Mariah Carey's Christmas albums out of here? And Justin Bieber's Christmas albums out of here?
My favorite Christmas album is Boyz II Men Christmas album.
Oh, no, we're not getting rid of that one, yeah.
Y'all don't want to hear my take.
What?
I'm sick of motherfuckers making Christmas albums.
I don't like Christmas music, bro. I think all that shit is trash.
No,
I'm not in it for like the song or the subject matter, nigga. I'm in it for the voice.
I think all of it sucks. I think all of y'all should stop making Christmas music. Put it down.
I think
The only Christmas album I like is a Friday After Next soundtrack. What you gonna do for the holiday? I'm coming through for the holiday.
this man's crazy.
You're so black, Cameron.
That's the only Christmas music I'm trying to hear. Nobody trying to hear that other shit, man.
Stop cooning for once in your life, Cam.
Man,
Just like chill out.
this man doesn't even want Christmas for
Like the
for
black
his
card can
family.
be out of the wallet for a little bit. It's all right.
Oh, man.
You probably don't even like Christmas cookies in the round little jars.
I don't want none of that. I like
You
Christmas
like the
cookies.
fucking Grinch or some shit.
No, I actually like Christmas, but I'm not trying to hear no Christmas music, man. I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
You
I'm
ain't
just
trying to
not.
hear
the
the-
Christmas
you-
music. I play Boyz II Men Christmas with my kids, man. Drive through the lights, get them hot chocolate and shit. That's just a vibe.
Nigga, Michael Jackson hit Santa Claus is coming to town like some crazy, like the rent was due. And you don't like that.
I'm not trying to hear no Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby. He wasn't here. Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did do me wrong. And sit in the back and drink eggnog.
Nah, I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro.
That's one thing I don't like is eggnog. That shit is gross.
Ooh, boy.
That shit hit some heat though.
Yeah, I'm like, I
Put a
love me
little
some
bit of
eggnog.
whiskey in that thing.
For real.
And then
I
y'all
love me
niggas
some
is
eggnog.
clapping on the motherfucking toilet.
Nah,
With some
I be
eggnog.
having her talk about some ho ho ho.
That joke gets a lump of coal.
I think that, man, eggnog some heat. Did you have anything else to add to the better artist versus the greater artist?
Yeah, cause I do. In a rap sense, I think a lot of us like it's the mainstream thing for me, and that's probably why I always try to fight mainstream shit. But I really can't because there's some heat in there.
Bro, he got a shirt on?
He done did the Ric Flair. He took his shirt off, sliding it on the floor, gave it the elbow.
But
Ric
yeah,
Flair back there.
I'm just saying, like, there's probably no better Drake disses than Joe Budden's. But it wasn't put in a light. Like, he was the better, and the shit that Drake came back with was just straight ass. Like, if like one-liners. And it's just like, I think the mainstream is so, it's just a weird topic because like I think Wale out-raps a lot of niggas. I think we even talked about it here. Sci-Hi the Prince raps out a lot of niggas.
He's another one of them ghostwriters who is more of a Quentin Miller than he is a Brian Michael Cox.
I think even like Black Thought out-raps a lot of niggas.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's just like, that's not what's on the radio. That's not what's mainstream. So, like, there's a lot of great artists that Oh man, this man's trying to be a wild thornberry back here. And it's throwing me off.
Do you think that's because basically like they're trying to promote a certain message, or like what is it?
Yeah, I think they try to promote a certain message because, you know, I think they try to promote a certain message, promote a certain image. Like, they don't want an eclectic nigga being the greatest rapper.
I can also like think that it's probably because the new age of people listening to music, how to your point, how people digest music, they don't care for a lot of what rap was based off of.
But I feel like a lot of people's music opinions are based off what they grew up listening to. So if you grow up listening to bullshit, you're gonna want to listen to bullshit for the rest of your life.
But that's fair. But there's like a certain niche of people like before, I would say like 2018 that were still like going back and looking at or listening to, giving a fair chance to the genre of music that came before them. Like even when Yachty was speaking about it, like going back and digging in the crates, doing the history so he can become a better artist. There's not a lot. I feel like there's not a lot of artists that are wanting to do that because you look at music as a way to get notoriety, get popular, and then you're out of music. Like it's not a longevity thing anymore. Like you would have rappers and artists wanting to come in. I want to be the greatest rapper of all time. Be the greatest rapper alive. Like I want to be like Jay. I want to be like Nas. Like there's nobody that's wanting to be like a Cole and a Kendrick. They can want to be like Drake because you get Jack Harlow's, but even then, like you have to have a certain niche factor to be like a Drake because Drake isn't just rapping ability. It's everything else that gets packaged and put a bow on it for hip hop.
Yeah, and even.
Said that real well.
Yeah, I always think though, like even in how we were talking about basketball as a greater player versus a better player, there's a lot of. I even heard it on the new Meek Mill Rick Ross album. I was like, Rick Ross is an all around better artist than Meek Mill is. And this just proved it in every aspect.
Okay, so while we're on the subject then, because y'all know D1?
I don't know what all is going into that, but I am interested to hear about it.
D1 is a rapper from Louisiana. He actually had he had this mixtape in like...
The light-skinned dude?
Yeah, with the dreadlocks. He had like a mixtape in like 2011 or something, and he had a couple Manny Fresh beats on there, and the tape was fire. He got this one song that actually samples I Wish by Carl Thomas, and it's called The One That Got Away. That shit's hard. That shit was hard. Anyway, man, I had to give that man a shout-out because that was my joint. So this all kind of ties all into this. So he called out Jim Jones, Rick Ross, and Meek Mill.
Oh, for perpetuating the things in the music that doesn't go with the things that they're trying to push in real life.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. Because basically he just said Rick Ross and Meek Mill, y'all could do better. But then, or he said Rick Ross and Jim Jones, y'all could do better. Then when he got to Meek Mill, he was just like, you say you for prison reform, but you sitting there talking about you was in the car doing drive-bys and shit like that. So, like, do you think some of these artists actually should be taking responsibility of the image of rap and some other shit?
I think I always liked authentic shit. Like, even in any aspect of life, I like authentic shit. Like, I like authentic food. Like, I'd rather eat like a real Chinese spot than eat Panda Express.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather eat like a real Mexican spot than eat Taco Bell.
Right.
So like in my music, like when I can hear like the real realness in it, I'm like, damn, this shit is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of artists don't get their just due. Like, I forgot the dude's name. He used to go by Paper, but now he goes by something else. And they said he was writing for the Game on some albums. But he was crazy. He's from Chicago. It was Paypa. His name was Paper, and he was crazy. And then Mickey Hassel was crazy, and now he's like the manager for G Herbo and him. And he was rapping.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think like they just didn't get their just due. And Mickey Hassel, he was talking about both sides of the like drugs, like what it could do to you and like how it could ruin the community, but he was doing it. So it was like I like that type of aspect of music.
And I think it's like there's a very key difference in like, I feel how Rick Ross will rap about it versus how Meek Mill will rap about it versus how Jim Jones would rap about it. Jim Jones is probably closer to Rick Ross in the aspect of, I'm rapping about what I did, but like I've moved on from it. It's more of a retrospective thing, which I feel Meek Mill and the artists that are coming after him are more of like I'm rapping about I'm not currently doing this, but this is still in my lifetime. Like the Rick Rosses, the Jim Joneses, the Jay-Z's, and almost how we would like to see Drake in an aspect is you've moved on from this. You've progressed from this. This is something that it's your past. You can't run away from it. So yes, please rap about it because you do it very well. But don't glorify it. Don't be like...
Well, I think, honestly, Jim Jones, I've said it, like, in his later part of the career, he has become the best in Dipset. Like, rap-wise, content-wise, like, he's done better than all of them have.
Yeah.
Like, now, he's he's at his peak right now. I don't know if Joel's was out rapping him right now, and I don't know if at the peak of Cameron, he was out rapping him, like on like Harry Fraud shit right now. But I will say, this man always loves Joel's.
But like, I mean,
Come on, bro.
You think Joel's is out rapping Jim Jones?
I think Joel Santana from back in the day is out rapping current Jim Jones, and I think Cameron from back in the day is out rapping current Jim Jones. The reason Jim Jones is looked at so well nowadays is because he just got better at rapping. Like nowadays, Jim Jones is 20, 50, 100 times better than back in the day Jim Jones when it comes to straight bars.
Yeah.
But he ain't out rapping Cameron and Joel still.
I don't think Joel. I never thought Joel's was hot. Let's just say it. Like when he got on Rap City the Basement and said "Root Canal, how you like me, blow," I was like, "What the fuck are we listening to? We might as well listen to Run DMC."
And then somebody bit his style and got called the best rapper alive, though.
Oh shit!
And then. Are we talking about the greater rapper versus the better rapper?
Yeah, Joe Santana was the better rapper, and Wayne is the greater rapper.
Okay.
Joe Santana was out rapping Wayne like 7 times out of 10, bro.
Do not say I put my wrist in the bowl.
Oh my God. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'll say it.
That bar is weak. Like I grade that like a damn.
What was
D.
the bar?
No, he was like, so you know the song I Can't Feel My Face, where they was going back and forth. Mm-hmm. Joel's would rap 4 bars on one beat, and then the beat would change, and Wayne would rap another 4 bars. Mm-hmm. Joel's ends the song where he was like, "Waiter, take this Chris back hoe and bring me back a bottle of that Perrier Rose. And like my wrist, it better stay froze, or I'm gonna have to put my wrist in the bowl, nigga. When I was like 14 or 15, and I was bang, 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 Don DeMarco. Nigga, I was grabbing my head, jaw dropped. I thought that was the most fire bar I ever heard. And like my wrist, it better stay froze, or I'm gonna have to put my wrist in the bowl. I was like, oh my God.
I was like D minus. Like,
Even in that same song, he was like, niggas bleed just like us. Biggie said it best, so picture me being scared of a nigga made of flesh. He used to be rapping, bro. You tripping.
And low key, he might got the better verse on You Ain't Got Nothing either. That song with Joel's,
that's
Fab,
tough.
and Wayne.
That's tough because Fab
Fab
went
went
crazy.
I think Fab had the best.
I'll say Jules had the better verse over Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
I won't say he had the better verse on the song. but
Wayne
he
damn
definitely
near
had the
ruined
better
his own
verse on
song, and the beat changed for him. But I don't know. Fab went crazy.
Like the number after one, I'm gonna get me to. But oof, yeah. No.
I don't know. Jewels might have had the best verse.
I think
I'm on the grind till the police come with that pistol on my side, boy. Don't be dumb. That shit was hard.
Or you could follow the drip because one shop
out of the clip with Jerry Curlier. Come on, bro.
You know how they have like battle rappers that try to rap, and there's only a few that could actually do it. I feel like he's like that. Like he's like one of those battle rappers that made it into. I don't think he's a battle rapper, but
he was
like,
spitting.
His delivery is like a battle rapper, and I don't. The only battle rapper I really like that raps is Sue Surf.
Haven't y'all all heard? Y'all all herbs. I stick toothpicks and y'all hors d'oeuvres.
Listen.
I'm a shark. Y'all just koi fish.
Listen.
Octopus.
What else?
Oysters. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? Y'all just, hey, Jules Santana, he one of the ghosts, bro. I don't care.
Man.
Surfboard dudes get wiped out.
Totally. Bro, Joel, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. All right, but the point is getting lost. Do we think, rappers should be responsible for the image though?
Yeah. And they're paying for it right now. Pop Smoke will, everything you do, you're gonna have to go outside and live with it. And I always wanted it to be that way, but now that it is that way, I'm like, damn, we're losing a lot of good artists. We're losing, because, you got people like even the Baby Stone Gorillas. They're using terms where towards like Bloods and Crips that go crazy. So when they're outside, like sometimes they got to live up to that, and. And then we say free this man, but they live in their raps.
I understand the sentiment. Don't like the example of Pop Smoke because I feel like even in how Pop Smoke was rapping about certain shit, like it's not to the extent of like how a Dirk raps it. Like a lot of Chicago niggas are mad disrespectful. And they put that in their raps. They may not be speaking verbatim of what's going on, but they put extra sauce on it to make it extra disrespectful to who they're talking to. I feel like Pop Smoke didn't do that. Now the rappers that are doing that are putting the names and all the extra stuff into it, yeah, you live in your raps, and that's where if you try to have a rebrand, you can't escape that. But like if you are of the echelon of a Pop Smoke, if he doesn't pass away, I feel like he's allowed to make that rebrand and move in a different circle. This is almost the same way that even a Diddy did, even how Jay did. Not saying that you have to give me a 4.44 at a certain point,
But even if you do, so basically the woo that he talks about is a gang. So
Right.
every time he says that, and it's like pushed and pushed, there's another gang that them people had hurt and did all these things to, and so
I almost think even bigger than that, it's almost the energy you invite. So,
Yeah.
like, at the same time, I don't think I'm kind of with him where I don't know if Pop Smoke actually invited that kind of energy because we could look at Snoop Dogg, like, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Snoop Dogg, big gang member. He was at the Super Bowl throwing up Crip, nigga. But he's untouchable because he don't invite that kind of negative energy to his
Yeah.
life.
that's very
But
true.
there was like how I said the Baby Stone Gorillas, like they use terms that are disrespectful. So like you see videos of them getting into arguments, getting into fights at shows, doing all this stuff, and then to that point, people be like, "Well, why doesn't this person get to do this concert, because we'll lose a Draco." And that's one of the people we need to probably talk about is Draco. He was talking all crazy, and I love Draco's music, but he was very disrespectful to
To
the
a
fact
rival
with
gang.
the fact that people wanted to kill him, and we lost somebody because they were doing. He was you go listen to his
Yeah,
his
he
music,
was talking to a couple rival gangs out there,
and
that's how got
he would say, he said, if you want it, come get it. And then when they came and got it, we lost a good artist.
you know, and to this point, that's why Kendrick is my GOAT and Cole is very high on my list. Because especially when I went to the Kendrick concert, at one point I stopped looking at him and just looked around, and the way the whole crowd was just, "We gonna be all right." I was like, "Now this is hip hop, bro." Like this like in my head, I was like, conscious rap
The
did
unity.
this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like conscious rap did that. That's why he's like my GOAT. Cause like whatever NWA and Tupac put down, he took it to the next level. And that's really how I feel about Cole too. It's like when you go to a Cole show, it's always like the positivity that he speaks and brings. We actually need that in mainstream rap. Like we need more Kendricks and Coles more than we need a Travis Scott, bro. And there's 50 Travis Scott clones and not very many Kendrick and Cole clones.
Very true.
So, and that's kind of why I agree with old boy. Granted, he called out the wrong people. That's what I think. I think he called out the wrong artists because I don't think I've heard Jim Jones's music and thought it was like bringing extremely negative energy. He just used to sell drugs, and that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, because-
Rick Ross's music has never really been based off of, hey, I'm straight doing ABC for the most part. Like it's chill raps. He luxury rap.
Yeah.
But like Meek Mill, like I feel what he was saying, but like at the same time, I'm just like, I think he kind of called out the
I
wrong
think you
people.
could go at different artists for that because I feel like Rick Ross is almost motivational.
Right.
Like,
100%.
go to Santorini, Greece. Mm-hmm. Like, I just popped 100 bottles of Bel Air. Like,
Yeah.
he's talking about
He's
like,
living
celebrating.
He's living just a luxury
Luxury.
life.
And he's teaching you the wealth. Like, he has a song called Foreclosures where he talks about they're not paying good for their house. Like, they
Success
losing
is
their
a
houses.
precious jewel. That's what he said.
But that's almost a part of why, like, I asked earlier if you think music is almost too accessible. Because at a certain point, there were Coles, Kendricks, and Drakes. Underneath that, there was, the Joyner Lucases, other conscious rappers that were coming up, Absols.
No, I think
Like-
you had like Big Crits.
Right,
You had the Wale's.
But you had those artists that were coming up that were in those same lanes. But then at a certain point, when everybody started making more music, you have now the influx of
Okay.
the Dirks.
Now
the,
I understand what you're saying
yeah,
because it's almost like it's easier to do that than it is to do this.
yes,
Okay, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you put it that way. That's a good point.
because it's like it's not that I don't want to take anything away from the music that's came out because I do frequent that music a lot, but at a certain point, I'm able to step back and step away from the music and not give any attention to it because I know that's inviting a certain energy, or there's certain things in ramifications that come with that music that I can't necessarily live out in my day to day.
Yeah, like it's almost easier to and even to like you calling it accessible, it's almost easier to be Lil Uzi Vert than it is J. Cole.
Yeah.
Like it's easier for me. I can just go scream and auto-tune about drugs. It's not that easy. Don't get me wrong. It's not that easy because I think a lot of these cats I'm name dropping is mad talent. I love Travis Scott, love Uzi, all them cats. But it's just easier to do that. Plain and simple. Especially if you actually can make music, it's way easier to go do that than it is to sit around and write bars.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes it's even irritating when depending on like as an artist, depending on who you play your music to, because like some people will be like, oh, you say too many words, but then like other people would tell me, nah, you don't rap enough. But I'm like, no, I'm actually a happy medium. Y'all niggas are just too dumb to realize it.
Yeah.
So like I get it. I get it.
But I even think like in a sense like how I think what is mainstream rap now is just like how he said it's almost easier to make it, but I don't think it's always easier to make because there's some people that are really good at what they do, and I don't think you could really do that. Like
That doesn't mean it's not easier though, because like if it's
but
just
I
the
think
same.
it's an easier thing to sell.
Well, even then, is it not only to sell to make though, because it's just the same conversation we had last week. If you get 20 kids in a room and say, "Hey, go rap," they're gonna start sounding like Travis Scott before they start sounding like J. Cole.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to do that. Like it's easier to say, like you like roly poly on my wrist. That's easy. It's not easy to make Love Yours.
Yeah. And even to that sense, like, I think there's some people that bounce in and out of those lanes too. Like, they evolve. You know, they're not always a Joey Badass, but they become that over time. Like, I thought Kodak Black was gonna become that. After I heard Little Big Pac and I heard some of those songs, I was like, he's kind of conscious with some of these records. Like he understands what's going on, and then it just kind of bounced back. But when I heard Little Big Pac and some of the songs on Little Big Pac, I was like, oh, he could hop into that lane if he really wanted to.
A part of hip hop like reminds me of like a conversation that I have with players, but it's not like verbatim. But you have to look at the grand scheme of things. So if I were to take 30 kids, various, all you know what, they can all be the same age, okay, but they have the same kind of ceiling, like they all can get to the NBA, but every single one of their paths is going to be like completely different because you have maybe one in the room that's 6'9". You have 10, maybe let's say like 7 that are in between 6'5" and 6'1", but then the rest of that population is 6 foot and under.
Yeah.
Like all their paths are going to be incredulously different because that 6'9" guy has something that can't be replicated.
Yeah.
There's your Drake. There's maybe your Coles. There's your Kendricks. Then your 6'5" to 6'1" ratio. Those are like your Big Crits, your Wale's, those second tier genre guys that like aren't gonna get the same notoriety as that 6'9" guy, but they got a better chance at making it in the music industry because they have just a little bit something that isn't the complete norm. But then you have everybody else who is 6 foot and under. Their path is very like, it's not just that it's limited, but it's narrow and it's also congested because you have the easy to make music. You have the Travis. You have the Yeats. Like though they do have like a bar reference as far as like their rapping ability and like what they're spitting about, but at the same time, like there's only so many. Not only so many ways, but I can always replicate the subject matter.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy art form versus I'm going to go make a stanza that uses only 2 syllables, but it's going to rhyme with ice every single time. And I'm going to make a hot 32 bar song, and then I'm going to flip the flow at the end of it and give you an extra 16 or something like that.
But let's even, I'm going to ask you this. Would you rather listen to Ice Spice or would you rather listen to Rhapsody?
I'd rather listen to Rhapsody. But, like, it's not that I don't like Ice Spice's music. I would rather, like, digest Rhapsody more so than I would rather listen to Ice Spice. But I know Ice Spice's music is going to be easy to make. So if I wanted to be a producer or if even I wanted to be a manager and create an Ice Spice, I can do that. I can't create a Rhapsody.
You got to find a Rhapsody, whereas you can create an Ice Spice.
Even a Meg, you can't find a Meg. This last song that she just dropped should like solidify that.
Fire.
Yeah, she did put out some fire. But I think there's a lot of women rappers that I think
Coi Leray might be in the genre you're talking about.
in like
I think
Ice
you
Spice
can.
lane.
I think Coi Leray more closer to Ice Spice. I think you can make Coi Leray easy.
But is that what? I thought he was trying to find an easy artist to make.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last like I don't know how to explain it, but like I would like to see like like a lot of like Jean Grey's, Rhapsodies, girl rappers like that, rather than I'd rather probably see even a Meg.
You won't though, because rap wasn't for women. Like for the longest time, rap has been degrading women, and now that we have women rappers in the space, they're not necessarily going for the subject matter. Like they don't necessarily.
I think there was
they
always
don't-
women rappers though. Like even early on, like you watch the thing on Netflix, the Roxanne.
Yeah, but it wasn't. That doesn't mean it was like
I don't think it was like
the only conscious woman rapper to ever really do something like that was Lauryn Hill. I feel like a lot of the rest of them wasn't that big. They just because then
like Queen Latifah did it, but wasn't that big.
and then like for every Lauryn Hill, it's 10 Lil Kims.
Yeah,
That's just basically what it is right now. It's 20 Lil Kims running around, 20 Nicki Minaj's running around, which is cool, or whatever. Because I like a lot of them girls. I think Lotto's dope.
and even respectively, you can't put Nicki Minaj in that category, or like you could almost not like conscious. I don't want to just say conscious.
I think,
but just pure being able to rap at a high degree and it make it unique.
She does that.
She is more closer to Rhapsody in that respect than she is to Ice Spice.
Yep.
I think-
and all these bitches is her sons.
I think
Yeah.
I think she's almost like the female version of Drake. Like she could do so much. Like at times she could be an MC. At times she could be a rapper. Like she could make like different tracks. Like she's just an artist all around.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's almost disappointing how like
But I don't think Cardi B could do that. I don't think she could be an all around artist as good as Nicki Minaj.
But that's to another earlier point. Like that's why like nobody is in the space to be in the space. Nobody cares about hip hop that way. Like to stay, even if we are to stay in the women lane, right? women don't care for hip hop. They don't care to do the history, none of that. So when they're making music, they're making shit that women want to subscribe to, and it's easily digestible. It's easily such and such, but because Cardi is part of a new crop of artists, she doesn't. Not only does she not give a fuck about rap, she does not want to stay in rap forever. She don't even really want to stay in music forever. She didn't start in music. She started as a content creator and then made music on the side. Her music popped, and now, like, yeah, she's a well-renowned artist, but I guarantee you she has a Rihanna effect in the next album, and she's going to drop that, and then she's not going to put music out anymore.
Mm-hmm. But then, to that point, kind of veering off, like how Academics was talking about the City Girls and like the music that they make, if they're not in the culture for the culture, then if someone says that it's not that good, then why are you mad?
I feel like you can be not mad. You can't be mad. You can be mad, but like it's just critiques.
I think that, and how I'm trying to round this out, like, because like the only Academics is right, but like to answer your question, the reason you could be mad is because if I play the numbers game and I don't get my numbers, I'm hot.
Yeah.
That's basically what it comes down to, and that's why a lot of the artists that play the numbers game aren't fully respected, because like nobody checking for City Girls. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. Sorry, we don't check for City Girls.
Oh, you better watch out. Saucy Santana's coming for niggas that's...
Man, ain't nobody checking for Saucy Santana either. Saucy Santana better go figure out what Dwight Howard doing. Don't worry about me, nigga. The fuck we talking about? Nobody's checking for the City Girls, all right? I'm just saying, bro. But like, when Doja Cat dropped, people check for Doja Cat. When Cardi B dropped, people check for Cardi B. When
that's one I didn't bring up. Doja Cat, she's actually really good rapper.
When Nicki dropped, we gonna check for Nicki. When Meg dropped, we check for Meg. Lotto dropped because she can rap too. Some people check for Lotto. Nobody's checking for the City Girls. Nobody's checking for Sweetie. Like, we don't care, bro. Sorry.
I care about Sweetie. Sweetie hit my phone.
Like I said last time, I know Sweetie fine, but she eats McDonald's, bro.
We need that to be a topic. Shit that turns you off about bad women.
Eating McDonald's.
Drinking Everclear.
That is sick. That is sick behavior. That is like not even just the turnoff, but that's sick behavior. Like, you still eat McDonald's and you up?
Yeah, like
up. Like, nah. What?
But what about Cardi B eating ramen noodles, cutting up, making the jail spread with it?
Yeah, that's
Cardi B to the core. That's different.
Yeah, that's a little strange,
That's not
but like, she just Cardi B is never not herself. She gonna be gutter and ghetto wherever she no matter what.
So
I respect
weedy?
people like that, honestly. But like, I'm just saying, like, if McDonald's is still your favorite fast food joint, and you get a whole meal, and you're supposed to be like the hot girl, the pretty girl, I'm just like, yo, like, McDonald's is your favorite food? Like, you eat McDonald's? Can you cook? Damn, like you don't like it. Can you at least say KFC? I'll let it slide. Like, In and Out, I'll let you slide. But McDonald's, bro, come on.
You choosing KFC over Popeyes?
But you could pump fake it as something else at least.
Yeah. Am I choosing KFC over Popeyes?
Hell
Popeyes
no.
ain't got no famous bowl, bro.
Hell no.
Oh,
I mean, Church's Chicken over all of that.
Yeah,
anyway,
me too.
though.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
I don't even fuck with Popeyes like that, to be honest with y'all.
But I would even say do the Norbit shit. You know, where the nigga bought the food and just put it on the plate, made it seem like he cooked it.
Oh, yep.
But
Shit, I'd appreciate that.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even do that and you eat McDonald's still. Like, nah.
She put a double quarter pounder on there. I'll be like, bitch, this is a double quarter pounder.
She get the max, and I know she was eating it with them long ass nails too. She get the mac sauce in between. The mac
Like,
sauce.
tap in.
She using that to spread it on her nuggets and shit.
Yo, that's crazy. I can't, bro. Like, I mean, I like
Oop,
McDonald's.
I dropped a piece.
I would,
Hey,
I would like it though. Like if you was trying to take a girl on a date, right? And you was like, yeah, I'm trying to go to McDonald's with you.
That's different though.
You expect her to say yeah, right?
No, I mean, if I say we're just going on a McDonald's date, I would expect her to say
I don't
no.
think we're
But if
going
I
on a
just-
date. We're just going to eat some
Yeah,
food.
if I just said let's go to McDonald's, yeah, you better
Every
say
time
yeah.
we eat, every time you go out to eat, it's a date with a female.
If she don't want to go on a date to McDonald's, I don't want her.
That-
He wants his
I wanted to-
woman's
they
farts
not-
to stink.
That's a contradiction. It's a contradiction. But if she was like, I don't eat McDonald's, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I got one.
eating McDonald's and it being your favorite and you up is completely different.
Yeah, 100% it is.
Shorties eat McDonald's.
But yeah,
It's okay.
I want a girl with a nice diet because I can only, you pass gas, and you got the McDonald's in your stomach or some trash in your stomach. That shit is garbage. I'm like, I might look at you different. Like, damn,
Yo, girls pass gas around you?
nigga. At a certain point, when you get comfortable,
You better put a cork in it.
so your girl. So
You know this girl walking around the house with a butt plug all day.
Hell yeah.
the foxtail. You want her to walk around with the.
You better have
Foxtail.
hey, if you ain't got your foxtail, you better have the poopery ready.
This man.
Spritz.
That's why it's
Yo,
hard for
that's
you to
comedy.
find one. You don't even want them to fart. You're not going to take them out of their own county.
When I said that,
You did. You was like, we go on a date. You might not even get out the county. He said,
oh, yeah. If I meet you, yeah. Absolutely.
man, that's crazy.
You gonna stay right local until you prove your worth.
He said, you're not making it out the county. There ain't no going to Ogden.
And you can't fart. Put a butt plug in.
Yeah, come on now.
You got too many. You got a crazy list. But
Listen.
shit, they be like, damn, look at this list. I can't fart, and I can't even leave Davis County.
It's a tight. No. We can leave Davis County. I'm talking about like the first date. Yeah, first date. If the first date isn't like great, that second date we might not even get out the county. But like,
You
if the
just
first
going
date
to-
is great, yeah, we can go wherever the fuck after that.
Okay.
But if I meet you and I live in Layton. If I meet a shorty that is between Farmington and Ogden 25th Street, no, I'll go even further. Ogden 12th Street, we'll stay right in there. We're not going. And then don't let me meet her in the heart of Ogden. If I meet you in Ogden, we are staying in Ogden. I'm not bringing you to Davis County.
And she,
No, if you meet her in Ogden and she's staying in Ogden,
Over there.
you going to leave the date and she's going to be on a date with another nigga.
exactly why
she
you
gonna be in
stay over
Kokomo's.
there.
She gonna be in Kokomo's talking about tap in, tap in.
That's exactly why she stay over there.
She gonna be pussy popping on a doobie doo.
Hey, does
Comedy style. Everybody fuck.
does money and social status affect your attraction to someone?
Absolutely. You broke ass hoes could never get none of this. What you talking about? Cheesecake? Fuck out of here.
I think it's more of not even money, but just being able to do basic things. Like you have to be able to do basic things. Like I'm not coming over your house. Like I won't even like the crib if your crib ain't clean, I can't fuck with you.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We're going to stay right here for a second.
And I think that
Hold on.
like you
Hold on.
need a budget for the pine saw or something because we got to do something in here.
Hey, so how many 30 crib shorties you been? You been with?
I've been in quite a few in my life. And I
Is
was
it-
like,
now wait, I know women just got like nasty bathrooms. I know that was like
yeah, I
probably a
can't. No, we're
must.
not doing that. If your bathroom isn't clean and you can't have me a fresh rag, if you have me, if you like, oh, they in the dryer or something, no, I'm not taking no excuse like that.
No, I'm talking about like the sink. Like I know every woman I've went to, or their crib
They
for the
got
most part,
eyelashes and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No, I'm not doing all that.
What? Nah, keep the eyelashes on the sink. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not tripping. But if I get into the bathroom and you got like, it stains on the toilet, yeah, it's different.
I don't know about that.
I'm more tripping about all the McDonald's bags on the side of the bed. See, we going back to McDonald's. The McDonald's bags on the side of the bed.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no trash can for
Yeah,
your.
you ain't got no trash can. Reptiles
You
running
can't
around
even.
the house.
You can't even. You can't even
Hey,
hang.
you treat your reptile like a dog, I can't fuck with you.
If you can't even hang up a grocery store bag to put trash in,
That
we
is
have an issue.
Cam,
So-
you are crazy, dog.
So maybe social. So maybe like social status does mean something to me because I don't know. You have to have certain things for me to fuck with you.
oh, wait. Now, are we talking money or are we talking social status? Because I feel like it's a little different.
I don't know if it's even money. Like, I just need you. I just need. You got to be able to take care of yourself. Like, I don't want to pull up and somebody's repoing your car or something. Not that that's happened. I'm just saying, like, don't
bar.
have me jump into some bullshit.
Nah, I'm not tripping off the money or whatever. It's more like how you handle your responsibilities what I'm tripping on. So like even if you're
Yeah,
making
that's what I mean.
$15 to $20 an hour or whatever, which is decent, like you know what I'm saying? And I expect you to live within those means. Like don't try to live like you making $100 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is with me. Like, cause like, you know what I'm saying? You better make the money stretch. Like I figured it out. Like everybody else figured it out. Like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if you're making $10 an hour, you better be living in the $10 an hour means. $7.25 minimum wage, you better be living within the means and being able to take care of it. Obviously, in today's economy, kind of unrealistic stuff like that. I get it, but like I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah, that's why I need you to handle your responsibilities. And part of your responsibilities is keeping your space clean. In my head.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Keeping
it.
your space clean and then like I don't care about how many followers you have on Instagram or no shit like that.
Now, I would be capping to say if those things didn't make me think of you differently, because I feel like attraction is physical, based down. Like if you handling your responsibilities, like that goes into attraction. Like you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You can do all the self-care type of shit. I get that. But like if she has money or her social status is different than mine, of course I look at her a little differently. Now, is it a negative thing? Sometimes it's not, sometimes it can be. But it's not like a harsh judgment as much as it's like, okay, I'm going to prepare myself for.
So you're not just gonna Jordan Sanders them and just not talk to them because they got 1 million followers and they
No. Listen,
You're like, no, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy.
I don't know if Cam remember. Cam remember I used to be wilding back in the day, hopping in DMs and shit. I was the first one to get screenshot and put on social media. I was the first one. I put that shit on the map.
I see if a woman lets followers get to her head though, she probably not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all.
And your list is kind of crazy. You don't even want to really live with them.
I didn't say I didn't want to. I just said if she pitched, hey, I don't want to live with you, I'm not gonna argue. That's all I said. Is if you was just like, hey, nah, we keeping this separate forever. All right.
That's wild to me.
I didn't say that was a requirement.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm not gonna force my woman to come live with me if she didn't want to. I'll be like, all right.
Open-minded individual.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right.
The free-minded, the Larry June shit. Huh?
Yeah, I'll be like, all right. That's it. That's it. My list ain't that crazy.
I mean, the bar for men is in hell anyway, so it's not like it necessarily matters what our list is.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah, but as long as if them followers get in their head, though, she probably not for me. Like, if it's like, oh, I got such and such followers, I get such and such likes. Like, all right, cool. But, like, you still ugly on the inside, though.
I mean, I probably would look at it differently if it was like your business page was going booming.
Right.
So would y'all?
And I would be like, oh, you handle the business. Like, I would be more attracted to the woman. Like, damn, you really know what you doing. Like, you handling your candle.
Would y'all date an influencer?
What kind of influencer? What is she influencing?
Does she have the link tree?
She's just like a Snapchat influencer.
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
She has the private one?
Instagram, like, yeah.
Does that include?
They just post every fucking day.
Does that include adult content?
No.
Then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would date an influencer. Like, what do you call them? Brand ambassadors?
Oh yeah,
And things like that. Hell yeah. But if they got the link tree and it say OnlyFans in it, no, we can't do it.
Wait a minute. We can't. Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't say you can't date somebody that is obsessed with their likes and X amount of engagements, and then turn around and tell me y'all would date an influencer.
Because
that's their life. That's what it revolves around.
If you're an
But that's what I was
influencer, you're
saying
making
is-
some kind of check from it. Like I'm talking about, like these regular women that just be doing regular everyday shit, but got like mad followers just because they fine and work at some club in Salt Lake.
Don't put a name on the board.
I'm not talking about nobody specific. I ain't talking about nobody in
But
particular.
no, that's fair though. There is a lot. There's a lot of shorties that are like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. I'm just saying.
The ones that, have you ever had somebody be like, I'm not going to follow you till you follow me or something like,
Oh no,
Type
but I
thing.
do that though.
because it's like,
I do
because
that.
they'd be like, oh, my followers. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about all that.
Now, see, I do that, but I don't worry about the followers. I'd be like, oh, we talking? Okay, this is a nice little thing. I find her social media, I stay hidden. I'm not finna follow you first. If you find me and follow me, okay, then I'll follow you back. But
Well,
I'm not finna follow
why?
you first. Huh?
What is the ideology behind that?
Because I want the ignorance of, I can post whatever the fuck I want. So, like, if you piss me off throughout the day and I want to post something petty, I can post something petty and get my shit off so I don't have to bring it back to you.
Don't you think that's kind of toxic?
Honestly, he got a point.
No, I feel like that's me being
I
considerate.
don't feel like I do that, but I think he actually has a point.
I feel like that's almost. I feel like that is my basic version of living in separate houses. Like, let me be who I want to be on social media, as long as I don't bring that bullshit to social media to you. Like, if I want to be petty on social media, I'm not going to bring the pettiness to you. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, to your face.
So, like, if a female posts, so say you're fucking with a female, right?
Mm-hmm.
She posts something crazy about, like, oh, if the nigga doesn't do this, then leave his ass. You see it and you're like, damn. Would you then take it and make it into something?
No, I don't
But-
make it into something, but I keep a tab on it. You best believe I keep a tab on it. Now, do I follow her? If I follow her, then yeah, I'm gonna raise awareness right then and there when I see it, because I'm gonna be like, "What the? You tripping? You thought I wasn't here?" But if I don't follow her, and she does that, I can't bring it to her attention. That's me losing ground.
Do you think you don't want to follow her because you don't want to see the other shit she be doing before y'all get a little more serious?
No, I don't. I'm a psycho. I don't follow her, but like,
You
keep
watch her
tab on the
page?
page. Yeah, I keep tab on the page. Now, like, if she's got the settings to where she's private or whatever, that's fine. If you're private,
You make
have your peace.
Do you make a burner? Do you go as deep as making a burner account?
I have a burner account, but I don't follow nobody on the burner account. Like, not that I don't follow wait. I don't like follow like
So what is the
real
burner account
people
for?
of substance. That's for me to go and find the profiles. Not everybody got a private
That's
account.
kind of sick.
Not everybody
If
got
you
a
think
private
about it.
account. So if everybody public, but like when they look at these little views and shit,
Do you use
They
your
see-
own photo though?
huh?
Do you use your photo?
For the burner? No.
So that's kind of sick.
Question is, oh, okay, that's where you're going.
For the burner, no.
That's almost damn near like a catfish.
No, it's not.
if you ain't
I'm
doing
not
nothing but
active
just
on the
looking,
page. I'm just looking.
he said,
Because listen, I don't want. Listen, you got those people that like you may not fuck with, or there's something that like something that y'all don't agree with, so y'all don't fuck with each other no more. But if I want to keep a tab on and be like, they talking shit, or like, oh, I want to make sure you failing in life or something like that. I don't know.
Damn.
Like I'm gonna go and use the burner account and be like, yeah, I see it,
Damn.
so that you don't get my main page in your little view count. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Absolutely.
What about you, Cam? Do you keep tabs on things and do stuff like that?
nah, especially if it's somebody I don't like. Nah, I don't keep tabs on them.
What about like an ex? You keep tabs on them?
Nah, not usually. Not usually. And I almost feel like a lot of the times if when I don't keep tabs on them, it's just basically almost to like get them out of my head. Like, you know what I mean?
But you
If I'm keeping tabs on you and you're my ex, it's probably a reason.
it's not like when I say keeping tabs, I don't mean like I'm checking your shit like constantly. But like
Periodically, you just got to see that they're failing.
yeah.
Shit, I'm the type of nigga that'll just be looking at the story. Heart.
My
I'm
dog
rooting for
just
you.
died. Heart.
No, I was talking about like just anything. Just
I
to let
wrecked
him,
my car. Heart.
That's what I'm saying. Just to let him know I'm watching. I hit the heart. Boom. Nah, I seen it.
See, and I'm gonna just show you that I looked at your shit. Like I don't give a fuck.
That's why I hit the heart. So you know I'm watching you.
I want you to know I'm
See, he
watching
tried to leave hope to hit again. He like to spin the block.
you. Yeah, let's get into that, Cam. You
Sniper
be spinning
Cam
the
likes to
block?
spin the block.
You be spinning the block, huh?
I don't spin the block, bro.
Nigga
Nigga
lying.
capping.
I don't spin the block.
Yeah, that's
why he's
man.
laughing.
Stop capping on this broadcast. It's all right.
The
Man,
T-top
capping-
slide
this
through.
Man, this man capping on the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm capping. I spin the block. I spin the block.
He spin the block. All they gotta say is, "I got a plate ready."
Yep. And I'm in there.
He's
What's
spinning the
sick-
block.
What's the sickest situation y'all spin a block on? Like what is the sickest way that she got you to spin the block, or that you decided to spin the block?
I was drunk and horny out the club, and I was like, "I know I shouldn't be doing it. I usually don't do this, but." Beep. Sent the text and went over there and realized why I shouldn't have spent the block. A lot of the times when I spin the block, I realize why I even cut the person off. I be forgetting why I cut somebody off sometime. And then that shit slowly comes back, and I've been already hit, and now it's too deep, and now we got to get into some more arguments and more shit.
Does spinning the block require sex?
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
Not always, because you could try to spin the block,
I'm not trying to take you out on a date.
but I'm
Trying to
saying
get that shit that I had.
if you would
Trying to get that mouth sauce again. What are we talking about? I just thought about how you threw it back that one night and put extra mouth sauce on that thing.
You said I'm out.
And I was like, damn, that shit would be nice right now. Let me text you. Let me get that.
It'd be the best when you feel them like out of nowhere, right? You get to reminisce.
What do you mean,
No, I'm
Philip?
off that. Go ahead.
Man, look, I'm just saying, you don't always have to spin the block just for sex. That's what
What I'm
getting at.
spinning the block for then?
Like, what if you was just like, nah, I'll get
I
at
just
it.
want to talk to you.
No, if you was like, I would get at a second chance, so you try to spin the block to give it a second chance.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it was because I wanted to hit you up because the box. It's not like, oh, those enchiladas was so fire, I'm going to go back over here. No.
That's crazy. See?
I'm like, damn, she did that little thing with her hips when she hit it last time.
That's
Let me see what it do again. Let me see if she upgraded that motherfucker.
That's crazy.
With that lame ass nigga I seen her with.
This man
That's
crazy.
sick. You gonna spin the block to see if it's still good. She picked up some new tricks, nigga. You sick.
Hell yeah. I'm
Hell
seeing
nah.
if there's more mouth sauce this time.
Nah.
I seen her at the Winco, you know what I mean? I might see her at the Winco with a nigga and they argue and I'm like, oh, she ain't doing too good.
She's vulnerable.
Let me get this depressed box right quick. The depressed box be fire.
Oh yeah.
That's why
No, that's a
that's
fact.
why Cam like emo bitches.
Reptiles walking around the floor and shit.
As soon as they say they want to slip our wrist, here he come with a double IPA. Like, what's happening? I don't want to be here anymore. Hey, you want a drink? Dredge just swing.
That is crazy. Yo, that is comedy. That is hilarious. That's hilarious.
Y'all had the block spun back on you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How you handle it?
Sometimes I turn it down.
Does that come with sex?
Nope.
Oh, wait, turning it down?
When she spin back on you.
Most of the time, yes.
Did I turn it down? If I turn it down, then no.
Oh yeah, if you turn it down, then it ain't nothing being spun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like she tried, but no. You don't come over here. I seen you make that U-turn, make another U-turn.
most of the time they send a passive aggressive text, like you acting like a weenie, and then they just want you to text back, and you be like, "What you mean? What are you doing tonight?" Like, it just be like a shock value thing.
I'm damn near unspinnable.
Yeah.
Because you ruined it so badly, or
Nah, because I just be like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like a lot of times, if I really left this situation, I stood my ground.
that's fair. Have you ever? What would you do in the situation to where she ended it, but she tried to spin the block back on you?
Depends on how it ended.
Yeah.
She accused you of something that was false.
That's kind of tough. Maybe. It almost depends on what it is. Or who she heard it from.
Yeah.
All right, so when I got spun back on, okay,
He tried to throw it. He was trying not to go there.
okay, so me and this girl dated. Okay, we dated like the beginning of the relationship. Another one of this guy, thanks to this guy.
What I do?
She must have been depressed.
I'm gonna drop the name sometime in the story, but we gonna bleep it out for the pod.
All right.
Okay, but I meet this girl a long time ago. She has a boyfriend at the time. I think she's fine. Keep the thoughts to myself. Don't say nothing. Be respectful because boyfriend is the homie. Cool. Fast forward 2 years. 2 years, I moved back to Utah, out with Cam. I see Shorty again. Now we're exchanging pleasantries, you know. She's single. She ain't got a man. We end up getting drunk the entire night. The next day, we end up going on a date. We end up dating for like 2 months. At the end of it, it was a girl that I had matched with on a dating site that I had been talking to, but exchanged a couple messages with, like weeks before I had met her, or reconnected with her. Okay, so when they somehow meet or in the same circles or whatever, and now she's saying, "Oh yeah, that's Marquise, he just said this to me. Showed her the text messages, but like, I don't know if she just wasn't looking at the dates or something, but on everything I love, everything that is holy, it was weeks before I had met her. So relationship falls out. Okay, we don't talk for just shy of a year. Just shy of a year. She hits me up after one of the games I coached when I was coaching at Clearfield. She hits me up like, hey, what are you doing? Like, can you go somewhere with me real quick? So she spun the block. We had just lost. You know, this is Clearfield High, so we're not good at anything. But we had just lost, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? It's a snowy night. I ain't had nothing else to do. It was a Friday. Saturday morning, I ain't had nothing to do. We ain't have practice. So I go with her. Okay, we end up driving like past not Morgan, like the Ogden Canyon. Like
So
going
you're in
through there.
Eden type,
Yeah.
Huntsville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're through there in this like really nice neighborhood, like, and it's dark, but these houses are huge, snow falling, it's mad aesthetic. And me and her just talking like about everything except our relationship. She's almost like, I don't want to say trauma dumping because it's not like heavy stuff, but she's getting some shit off. But we end up spending like, she picked me up at like 9:30. We end up spending that whole night and going into the early morning with each other. Like just driving around, talking in the car, listening to music, doing all this same shit that we usually did in the relationship.
Okay.
We get to Denny's. It's like 3 a.m. And, you know, I'm feeling myself, nigga. Like, we had a good conversation. We had laughing, having a good time after the way the relationship ended. Wasn't even thinking about it. So we get to Denny's. We're getting some food. And the whole wait staff that's in there that night just complimenting us, sat down, talked with us. Like, oh, my God, you guys are just one of the most beautiful couples we've ever seen, blah, 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 putting extra sauce on it. I'm in the booth, like, about to play it down, but she plays into it. She's like, yeah, I just love him. She, like, puts her hand all on my shoulder, like, leans into me. So I'm like, I lean into her. I'm going with it. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I'm geeked right now. Because the shorty I thought I lost, I'm about to get back. I'm like, all right, this is a good night. Yeah. So once we leave Denny's, it's now about 5 a.m. She goes and drops me off in my car. Then she follows me back to the place I'm living at. I get out of the car. She gets out of the car. We hug. We kiss. And I'm like, I'm optimistic. Very, very optimistic. Very, very optimistic at this point, thinking that shit's about to go my way. And she drops a bomb, dog. She's like, I'm glad you had a great time. Like, I'm glad, like, we got to do this, but this is never going to happen again. You are not going to hear from me ever again. Like, this was fun. I appreciate all the times you have been there for me. I appreciate the blah, 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 blah. But this is the last time you're going to see me. Got in her car and sped the fuck off.
You know what you did? You tried to, like, friend your way into the box. You can't never friend your way into the box.
I wasn't concerned about box. I wanted the relationship. I wanted to give it. She spun the block on me. I was thinking like, all right, fuck it. We finna try it again.
You think she just thought about it like at that point it was just like, wait a minute.
This motherfucker
don't know.
won't let me fart.
You know, you ain't talked to her? You still ain't You still ain't talked to her to this day?
Nope.
Who is it? Go ahead. We bleep it out.
She's married now.
Oh, we need her on the pod.
Fuck no, we don't.
That should be your whole piece you bring on the...
Fuck no. Absolutely not. Fuck her.
Hey.
That nigga got my last name too. Ain't he a white guy? Fuck her. Nah, hell nah.
That should be who
Nigga,
we bring on the pod.
I was
dog.
with her when she was trying to be a fucking pastor or a priest or whatever. Celibate. No box, nigga.
That is crazy.
Hey, that's why he let her spin back.
He's like, Can I take
Because I had built an emotional connection with her. Yes,
said
I
You
had
wanted the chastity belt off.
an emotional mental connection with a person. Yeah, believe it or not,
He said,
you
I-
misogynist.
He said, I didn't get the box yet. She trying to spin
How
the
long did you
block.
date her with no
Yes,
box?
sir.
Huh?
Long did you date her with no box?
We were official for 2 months.
2 months, no box. How long did you date before you went to official?
A month.
And you were just okay with not getting no box.
Because I liked her. Like not only was she like a beautiful in my head at that time, now she's super low grade mid, but at that time, yeah, I thought she was a beautiful girl. And not only was she beautiful, she was a cool personality. Like I had very rarely seen like girls that can just be around guys and it not be like every guy's like harping on you trying to fuck you or nothing like that. Like they can actually just treat you like a regular person and it's good vibes the entire time. Like that's rare. So when a woman can do that, I'm like, all right, well fuck. Like not only can I treat her like a person finally and like pull the cork out of her butt so she can fart, but like she's also like someone I really want to know on that type of level of being a friend.
I don't think I ever been there. We can really. No,
I relate.
I hear everything that you're saying, and I love that shit. You know what I mean? I love that for you, but
I don't love it for me.
but
That's hate.
at some
That's
point,
hate.
Nigga sick, bro.
at some point in time,
Hey,
I'm like Cardedric. I need the ass. I need the mouth sauce. I need it all.
Oh, my
furthest
You
we
better be ready to break down like the barrels, like the double barrel shotgun.
Listen.
You know what I mean? Because
I love that.
I love that for you.
But I don't love it for me.
Yeah, not for me. Because
Oh, my God. That's comedy.
I'm just sitting around you kissing on me, my shit hard and shit. And you mean to tell me I gotta just go be like, I just gotta go take a hot shower or something because I like who you are.
I just got to go home.
I like who you are, so I just gotta sit on stiff all day. Like, what are we talking about?
He was being supportive, bro. She was trying to be a pastor.
I would have made her. I'm like Shannon Sharp. I need the center. I don't want that one.
I don't even want the center. I want the nasty pastor.
that's why I
need
was like,
that shit to be like a Sir Michael Rock song. She only like it with a nasty.
I want the nasty pastor.
that's why I thought it was gonna be some like.
What he was talking about was saying something about the pastors.
Chill out. Chill out.
I'm gonna have to believe that. That's crazy. Man, I wish I could have put that clip out. There's nothing wrong with fucking your wife and being saved. Yo, that's
What is
crazy.
wrong with that?
Huh? Nothing. It's just in the context of the conversation, it was crazy. It was crazy.
So,
But yeah, it stayed strictly PG.
Man. See, but that's what I'm saying. He was being supportive.
I appreciate that for him and shit. But
That's how you should be with your female. You be supportive. If she trying to be a pastor, you're like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to follow this with you. Lead me down your path.
Now see, what really had fucked me up, right? This is the reason why this spinning the block even happened in the first place. We break up. Her mom follows me on every piece of social media.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at the time.
so she gonna see this?
Huh?
So she gonna see this?
Nah, I don't know if she follows me anymore. If she follows
Okay.
me now, like, salute, but fuck your daughter.
Damn.
Yeah, that was foul. That was foul.